At exactly 2:30 a.m., in the pre-dawn quiet of a Monday morning, a critical Russian airfield in Saki, nestled within the Russian-annexed region of Crimea, became the epicenter of a meticulously planned and executed strike. This was no random act of aggression. It was a surgical blow, delivered with chilling precision, targeting a key airbase that had served as a launchpad for Russia's relentless aerial assaults on Ukrainian soil. The operation, orchestrated by Ukraine's security service, SBU, marked yet another significant erosion of Russia's military infrastructure, a testament to Ukraine's unyielding resolve to degrade Moscow's capacity to wage its war of aggression. The silent, unseen assailants were drones, dispatched by Ukraine's Special Operations Center A of the SBU, and their impact was immediate and devastating. 5 Russian fighter jets, including a formidable Sukhoi Su-30SM, were struck. One was utterly destroyed, another severely damaged, and an ammunition storage depot co-located at the airfield erupted in a fiery cascade, further crippling Russia's operational capabilities. This was a pivotal moment, a clear signal that no target, however deeply entrenched behind enemy lines, was beyond Ukraine's reach. The Saki airfield's role in Russia's Black Sea operations cannot be overstated. It was more than just a base for launching attacks. It was a multifaceted hub for patrolling, radar surveillance, target guidance, and the escort of long-range aircraft. For the Russian Black Sea Fleet, a key player in the ongoing conflict, Saki was integral to their sustained presence and projection of power. Over the course of the war, Ukraine has systematically chipped away at Russia's naval dominance in the Black Sea, forcing Moscow to relocate some of its vessels after a series of successful drone strikes. This latest assault on the airfield served as a potent reminder that Ukraine's reach extends far beyond the immediate front lines, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to striking at the heart of Russia's military might. The drones employed in this operation have consistently proven their efficacy as a tool in Ukraine's asymmetric warfare strategy. Their instrumental role in hitting strategic targets deep within Russian-controlled territories has been a game changer, and the Saki airfield strike underscored their continued success. Beyond the immediate destruction of fighter jets, these unmanned aerial vehicles also obliterated vital equipment that would have been deployed in future attacks against Ukraine. The precision and impact of these strikes highlight a significant shift in modern military engagements, where smaller, more agile technologies can inflict disproportionate damage on larger, more conventional forces. One of the most significant outcomes of the Saki operation was the destruction of the Sukhoi Su-30SM. This advanced, twin-engine, multi-role fighter aircraft, a cornerstone of Russia's air superiority in the region, represents a substantial loss. Valued at an estimated 30 to 43 million euros, its demise is a heavy blow, particularly given the critical role these jets play in bombing missions and other aerial operations against Ukrainian targets. The damage inflicted on a second Su-30SM further compounds this setback, collectively weakening Russia's offensive capabilities in the Black Sea and beyond. This isn't merely about the loss of expensive hardware. It's about the erosion of a critical strategic advantage, forcing Russia to re-evaluate its aerial dominance. Adding to Russia's woes, the drone attack also targeted 3 Sukhoi Su-24 aircraft. These twin-engine, all-weather attack aircraft are designed for precise strikes against ground targets, forming a key component of Russia's bombing capabilities. With these jets now either destroyed or severely damaged, Russia's capacity to conduct long-range bombing missions has been severely hampered. The ripple effect of this damage will likely delay future military operations, compelling Russia to allocate valuable resources to repairs and replacements, further straining its already stretched military assets. This systematic degradation of air power underscores Ukraine's strategic objective: to make the cost of continued aggression unsustainable for Russia. Crucially, the attack extended to an ammunition depot situated at the Saky airfield. The resulting explosion of this weapons cache not only inflicted further damage on the Russian military presence in Crimea, but also severely impeded Russia's ability to rapidly replenish its munitions for subsequent attacks on Ukraine. These strikes are an integral part of a broader Ukrainian strategy aimed at disrupting critical infrastructure that sustains Russia's military operations. By severing supply lines and hindering logistical capabilities, Ukraine is forcing Russia to fundamentally rethink its approach to warfare, compelling a shift from offensive maneuvers to defensive consolidation. This latest operation is not an isolated incident, but rather a continuation of Ukraine's escalating efforts to target Russian airfields and military installations, effectively taking the fight deep into Russian-controlled territory. A prime example is Operation Spiderweb, launched on June 1st, a mass drone attack that targeted 4 major Russian air bases in the rear of Russia. This unprecedented operation resulted in damage to 41 Russian aircraft, sending an unequivocal message that no part of Russia's military infrastructure is immune from Ukrainian retaliation. The sustained and effective use of drones in these operations has proven to be a highly advantageous strategy. Their low cost, high mobility, and inherent difficulty to intercept make them an ideal weapon for an underdog seeking to level the playing field against a larger, more technologically advanced adversary. Ukraine's consistent success in employing drones to target Russian assets in Crimea and other regions has demonstrably shifted the balance of power in the conflict. Each successful strike not only diminishes Russia's military capabilities, but also significantly increases the cost of Moscow's continued aggression. By focusing on high-value assets such as fighter jets and ammunition depots, Ukraine is compelling Russia to divert critical resources away from the front lines, reallocating them to the costly and time-consuming task of repairing and replacing damaged equipment. This strategic pressure aims to exhaust Russia's military and economic reserves, making the continuation of the war increasingly untenable. The international community is closely observing these developments, recognizing them as indicative of a broader transformation in the nature of modern warfare. Drone technology has emerged as a powerful equalizer, enabling smaller, less resource-rich nations like Ukraine to challenge the military dominance of much larger powers such as Russia. This paradigm shift has been evident in Ukraine's persistent efforts to disrupt Russia's energy infrastructure. And now, with these successful strikes on military airfields, Ukraine has unequivocally demonstrated its capacity to strike at the very core of Russia's military might. The traditional concepts of air superiority, once solely defined by manned aircraft and sophisticated air defense systems, are being redefined by the proliferation and strategic deployment of unmanned aerial vehicles. However, these tactical successes come at a profound human cost. Russia's retaliatory actions have been swift and brutal, characterized by indiscriminate missile strikes and drone attacks on Ukrainian cities and critical infrastructure. The recent reports of at least 9 civilians killed and 17 injured in Russian attacks serve as a stark and tragic reminder of the ongoing human toll of this war. The devastating missile strike in the Chuhuov district, southeast of Kharkiv, which claimed 3 civilian lives, exemplifies the horrific consequences of this conflict. These attacks, often involving Iskander-M ballistic missiles and Shahed-type drones launched from various regions within Russia, are clearly designed to break the will of the Ukrainian population and coerce the Ukrainian government into negotiations. Yet, such brutal tactics have historically proven ineffective in achieving their desired outcome, as Ukraine remains steadfast in its defense of its territory and its people. Despite the mounting casualties and widespread destruction, Ukraine has made it unequivocally clear that it will not waver in its efforts to weaken Russia's military capacity. With the steadfast support of Western allies, Ukraine continues to receive advanced weaponry, including an increasing supply of drones and sophisticated air defense systems. This crucial international assistance empowers Ukraine to strike at Russian targets with ever-increasing precision, bolstering its ability to regain occupied territories and safeguard its sovereignty. The attack on the Saky airfield in Crimea is merely the latest in a series of successful operations undertaken by Ukraine to degrade Russia's military capabilities. With each calculated strike, Ukraine not only impedes Russia's ability to wage war, but also sends a clear and resounding message. The fight will continue until its territory is fully liberated. As the conflict extends into its 40th month, the war is becoming an increasingly burdensome endeavor for Russia, both in terms of military losses and severe economic strain. The destruction of 5 fighter jets at the Saki airfield serves as a stark reminder that Ukraine possesses the capability to inflict significant damage on Russian assets, regardless of their perceived security or distance behind enemy lines. For Russia, these losses transcend mere military hardware. They represent a deeper challenge to its capacity to sustain the war. The confluence of economic pressure and mounting military casualties is undeniably taking its toll on both the Russian government and its populace. With Ukrainian forces persistently targeting critical Russian infrastructure, the pressing question remains: how much longer can Russia endure this protracted and costly conflict?